Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new documentary, Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat. And this is from director Johan Gramonprez, and this focuses on the intertwined legacy of jazz music and decolonization in a very specific time during the Cold War in terms of the rise of new nations in Africa and the incorporation of the UN Security Council, and a lot of different layers, including the eventual murder of Patrice Lumumba, who was a big political leader in Africa. And this film is 2.5 hours. So, on some level, it could be a bit of a laborious journey to jump in. And it's also tackling so many things. For a 2.5 hour film, this is dense. There's so much to process through, but it's so rich in that idea of how deep these themes go, how layered these stories are, and how it really connects and synthesizes so much culturally that came together in this specific time. Because you have figures like Louis Armstrong, Miles Davis, Nina Simone, you have Malcolm X, and so many others that are prominent figures in especially black culture in the United States, and how that music, those movements, connected to a bigger growing movement in countries like Cuba with Fidel Castro and a bunch of other countries in Africa rising up during the Cold War, stuck in between the United States with Eisenhower and Russia with Khrushchev, and all of these moving pieces. The rhythm that Gramonprez is able to find to tell this story is incredibly impressive. This is masterfully strung together using the rhythms of jazz music. It's incredibly edited. Like, I don't really, most of the time, don't like pick out that for like especially a documentary, but Rick Chobe, who is the editor of this film, is able to find the rhythms, the movement, the fluidity of the music of jazz and connecting it, and able to string all of these ideas and these commentaries and the music and these themes together in a way that feels like it's dancing through these really significant elements, through time, through cultural differences, through political and geopolitical unrest, and how it moves from these musical performances into these like home video style documentary footage to these important like quotes and figures, and just the way that it all moves together. The pacing's incredible for a 2.5 hour documentary like this. It's just an incredible mosaic of jazz music, black culture, decolonization, geopolitical unrest, rise of communism, and all of these things that were so significant in this specific period of time in the 20th century. This film is able to just bring this waltz of cultural rise and unrest together in such an impeccable way, and just with the bedrock of jazz music and how it all comes together with these artists literally being involved, being used as distractions, but also how their music really helps the storytelling of this documentary convey all of these ideas, these coups, these rises, these revolutions coming together. But those are my thoughts on Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.